Hey, it's Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for February 2025. Okay, so February 14th. If you're into Valentine's Day, then of course there's a special energy that is popping off if you have a belief and you have an intention of sorts. But what I really want to talk about is that February 14th, we have Mercury, ruler of the mental plane, ruler of information, communication, how it is that we express ourselves. He's moving out of the Aquarius energy that we've been in for the last couple of weeks. Again, pressurizing the headspace, having the higher realms of intelligence work with the lower realms of intelligence in order for us to make some connections, bring into a new level of consciousness, a new level of awareness, a visual, if you will, on where it is that we want to go from here. Now, a lot of this head pressure, a lot of this rapid processing, a lot of this, let's call it an accelerated time frame of restructuring a lot of the thoughts, a lot of the ideas, a lot of the understandings in which we haven't really been able to make a whole lot of sense with it. We haven't been able to articulate it. And although we are shifting into the Pisces energy, which of course is going to kind of subside a lot of that head pressure, give us a little bit more of a whimsical, dreamy, imaginative approach to kind of sorting out a lot of those details, a lot of those visions. This particular shift is going to be a long one. First of all, we have Mercury moving into this Pisces energy from February 14th to March 3rd. And then it's going to be March 29th to April 16th. Why? Well, because Mercury is going to be retrograding in the Aries energy with Venus when she retrogrades in the Aries energy. And both of them are going to be traveling together and eventually coming back into this Pisces energy, going direct in this Pisces energy. And then we get a second go at it. We get to retrace our steps, so to speak. So again, going to welcome you, if you haven't already, to get your February energy guide in front of you. Take a flip to this particular section of the workbook. We're really going to want to capture what's going on for us because we're going to have to revisit a lot of these topics and themes when Mercury comes creeping back into this Pisces energy. So here's the thing. With Mercury and Pisces energy, our thinking processes become a little bit more visual. We're not going to be able to articulate a lot of the downloads that we received while Mercury was in Aquarius energy, but we're going to add a little bit more depth to them, a little bit more detail to them, because again, just kind of want to paint the bigger picture for you here. We're at the tail end of the zodiac wheel. And so when Mercury moves into this Aries energy, we're going to have new ideas, new spark, new fire, new flame that we're going to want to take action upon. But of course, Mercury is going to go retrograde in that Aries energy. We're going to have to reassess, reanalyze, revisit a lot of topics and themes and restructure the visual that, again, we're currently just starting to gain a little bit of clarity upon. It is very intuitive. We're mixing our intellect with our intuition. So we're going to gain a lot of intuitive insights on what needs to be done, specifically in the Pisces energy, what we have to eliminate, what we have to remove, what we have to kind of flip the script on in order for us to put particular thoughts, ideas, understandings behind us so that, again, we can clear the space to start receiving new visuals, new downloads on what we need to do, what we need to pursue from here. So it is going to be a interesting dynamic because, again, when Mercury was in that Aquarius energy, one of the things that the Aquarius energy allows us to do is act as the observer. And we had a little bit of an emotional detachment from a lot of the thoughts, ideas, conversations, communications, visuals. We were emotionally detached from that so that we could be objective about it. But of course, the minute that we come into this Pisces energy, we're doing a deep dive into our emotions, where we have to sort out all the feels. We have to kind of percolate on a lot of these thoughts, ideas, visuals for the future, and let the physical body respond to some of the things that, again, we're trying to decide upon. Now, this is a creative time. So if you are a writer, an artist, musician, anything of that sort, you're definitely going to have a lot of beautiful energies to work with to create something new. But we are definitely, I'm going to say, more fine-tuned to the world of intuition and emotion. And of course, everything becomes a little bit more whimsical. Everything is a little bit more dreamy, more fantasy-like, more imaginative-like, because we have to kind of move into that space in order to get a download on what we want to create from here. So if we're being faced with situations and circumstances where we have to make decisions, our intuition, our emotions are probably going to overrule our intellect. And because we are kind of doing the healing work in Pisces energy to kind of, again, close the door on the old and open us up to the new, we're going to have a lot more insight on what the higher self wants, what we're being guided to do, guided to pursue specifically. At the first part of this Pisces transit, what we have to remove, close the door, eliminate in order to create the space to receive the kind of downloads, the dreams, the goals, the visions, the details that's going to help us kind of formulate the path, the plan, the strategy that we have to take in order to get from where it is that we're at to where it is that we desire to be. So this isn't a great time to be able to kind of put into words a lot of the things that are going on in our inner realm. We're definitely withdrawn to a certain extent. We don't really want to have to make decisions. We don't really want to be in choice points. We don't want pressure. That water energy of Pisces wants us to flow with it, wants us to surrender to it, wants us to be flexible enough to ride the wave, to really kind of enjoy the highs and learn to appreciate the lows. And there's definitely going to be some lows in our mental plane because, again, we have to purge, we have to release, we have to do that deep dive in order to kind of see where it is that limiting thoughts, limiting beliefs, old ideas are kind of blocking us from seeing the clear vision for the future that we want to be seeing. And so, again, we're not really leaning as far into logical, practical intellect as we would have been in that Aquarius energy. But this is a time for us to strike a balance. And again, not going to be able to put it into words, a lot of the realizations that we're having, a lot of the visions that we are being downloaded with. However, it is kind of an opportune time for us to retreat within ourselves, kind of, do the work within ourselves. We are hypersensitive in Pisces energy. And although that hypersensitivity kind of turns the volume all the way up on our intuition, that helps us gain that clarity, we are super sensitive to the people, to the world around us. And especially where Mercury is involved, we're talking about communication styles. And although we would love to be able to fully express ourselves, we can't. And therefore, how are we going to expect other people to understand us, to receive the information that we're struggling to actually put into words? So there is a little bit of a disconnect there. However, there's also a huge opportunity to have heart-to-heart conversations, really kind of unpack a lot of the thoughts, a lot of the ideas, a lot of the emotions that maybe we have to share with the people, with the world around us. This can get a little bit overwhelming at times because, again, we're seeing different layers, different landscapes, if you will, kind of overlay each other. And the, let's call it to-do list of things that we need to move away from, getting very long and overwhelming. The to-do list of things that we need to do in order to get from where it is that we're at to where it is that we desire to be, that's getting pretty long, pretty pressure-filled as well. And we just don't like pressure at this particular juncture, specifically in the Pisces energy. The Pisces energy is the escape artist of the zodiac, where we want to check out, we want to disassociate, we want to live in our little bubble, live in la la land, if you will. And sometimes Delulu is the Salulu. However, we can't sit in that. We do have to come out of that Delulu state and get logical and practical with what needs to be done. So this is going to be a very reflective time. That's what we do in a water season. It is going to be a time of release and purging. That's what we do at the final zodiac sign in Pisces energy. And then we renew, regenerate, and we realign, we restructure in anticipation for, of course, Mercury moving into that Aries energy that, again, he will definitely be going retrograde in. So make a note. What is going on in your headspace? What topics and themes do you really need to get out of your body and off of your chest? What kind of creative energy is coming in? What kind of projects do you want to pursue? What kind of endings and closures do you need? What kind of clarity, details, visuals do you need about the vision, the goal that you now want to start working towards? Again, all of those journal prompts in the February energy guide are going to help you kind of get very clear on how to align with this particular energy and have it work for you instead of against you.